struggles against Kentucky in the SEC tournament. Then your team comes back in the NCAAs, and they're really playing at a high level. What happened in between that time that got your team going and to make that great run in the tournament?
Well, I think we had to play well down the stretch to put ourselves in a position where we could get a seed that would be favorable to advance. And I think we did. Going on the road late in the year at Mississippi State, playing against a team that I think probably felt like they needed to win that game to get in the tournament. Then we go to the SEC tournament in Nashville. We beat LSU in a close game, have to play really well against an Ole Miss team that probably wins that game and gets in. So I think those tests, along with going up against probably the most talented team in the country in Kentucky, prepared us for SEC tournament run. When you get done playing Kentucky, I don't care who you're playing against, it's not going to be a more formidable competition. So some good matchups, some elevated play from some seniors that wanted it really, really badly, and an unbelievable traveling fan base enabled us to basically get 1 point from the Final Four.
I know it was a tough loss, but did you have time afterwards to reflect on the run that you guys have made and how special it was, the journey?
We were pleased to represent the SEC well and be somebody that the SEC could be proud of as far as representing the league. You know what? I'm not a big guy on reflecting. I try to move on pretty quickly. I was really proud of our team. I was really happy for our seniors, and extremely happy for our fans.
Talk about that senior leadership a little bit last year, what you got, Wayne Chisholm, J.P. Prince, and not only what you got from them, but how do you replace that this year? Is this a natural process to where new leaders emerge?
I think Wayne Chisholm will leave Tennessee as the guy that won more games, won more NCAA tournament games, played in more NCAA tournament games, graduated in 4 years with a double major. It just doesn't get, and he's now playing professionally overseas. It doesn't get much better than that. Hard to replace those guys. But I think we've got 9 returning players that know what the system is all about, know that their roles are going to change, and we have 5 newcomers that can all play. So I think this will be a deep, competitive Tennessee basketball team that will look a lot different from our teams of the past, but I think still have a chance to be very successful.
In what ways will it change? I mean, will it be a tempo perspective?
Well, I don't think we'll be able to force tempo quite as much. I think we got more traditional size. We'll be a little bigger. We'll be a little bit longer. People are going to have to shoot over the top of us. And the personality of the team will change by virtue of the players. This team will, Scotty Hobson will be more aggressive. A newcomer in Tobias Harris will impress the nation with how solid a player he is and what a tough, hard worker that he is. Brian Williams, after spending 3 years as Wayne Chisholm's backup, will now emerge as a starter. And with a new and improved conditioned body, what does his game look like? So this will be a different team by virtue of a lot of different personnel.
You mentioned Tobias. Is there anybody else in addition to him that fans may not know about now, but probably will know about by the end of the season?
Well, I think, I think, again, with the 9 returning players, you're looking at new roles for new people. I mean, Cameron Tatum is going to play a different role than what he's played in the past. Melvin Goins has a chance to, will go from a backup to really have a chance to start and lead this basketball team. All the newcomers can play. Tobias, Jordan McRae on the wing, is going to be a terrific player, and he's got a real good feel for the game. Trey Golden is, I think, better than advertised as a point guard. He can really score. He's terrific in ball screen, and he's a tough kid. John Fields and Jerron Mayman are 2 guys on the front line that are athletic, that are tough, and that will definitely contribute.
Some people are saying that the SEC East Division might get 4 teams in the NCAA tournament. I mean, is that talented? Talk about what it's like, Florida, Georgia.
I think the SEC East will get 5 teams in the NCAA tournament because I believe there are 5 top 25, 30 teams in the division. And so there's great balance. I think that Florida, by virtue of their seniors and all that experience, and obviously Coach Donovan does a tremendous job, I think I would separate them. Then I'd put Kentucky and Tennessee, Georgia, and Vanderbilt right there. And South Carolina is going to have something to say about the league. It's just that they maybe don't have as many veterans as some of these other clubs do. But the SEC East is the toughest division in all of college basketball.
How do you prepare your team to run that gauntlet? I mean, that's a pretty impressive stretch of games that you're going to have to play at some point.
You got to play them one at a time. You got to prepare for every opponent. You got to respect every opponent, but not fear any of them. And know that it is a long season. And we're going to be as fired up to play an exhibition opponent as we are going to be playing Kentucky at home or on the road, and you just take them one game at a time.
How how do you